It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and welcome to 1999, the last year of the 1990s, the last year of the 20th century, and arguably one of the greatest years of movies ever. And we're probably not going to see, you're obviously not going to see it this particular weekend, but as we get along, as we go through these next 52 weeks, you're going to see some classic films that came out in 1999. Some were big hits, some were films that ended up becoming called classics in their own rights after unfortunately underperforming. Some started off as big hits, but in the years since have become less than spectacular movies. We're going to delve into all of them here, and we're going to start off here with six movies here. Little films, nothing too spectacular or nothing too significant. In fact, we can probably get through this one pretty quickly because most of these I haven't seen. So let's just get right to it. We'll start off with the first of the six films we have here, and that is Hillary and Jackie. So this is a film that stars Emily Watson and Rachel Griffiths as the British classical musical sisters Jacqueline Dupree, the celloist, and Hilary Dupree, the flute. The film covers Jacqueline's meteoric rise to fame, her alleged affair with Hilary's husband, Christopher Finzi, and her struggle with multiple scoliosis starting in her late 20s that led to her death at the age of 42. The film attracted controversy because of distorting details about Jacqueline's life. Some personal friends of Jacqueline publicly condemned the film, and Hillary publicly defended her version of the story. Went on to become a critical success. Both of them got nominated for Oscars for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress. It's directed by Anna Tucker, who actually has made a movie I actually did really like of his, Shop Girl, with Steve Martin, Claire Danes, and Jason Schwartzman, which will actually be the next film that comes up after this. And other than that, that's pretty much all I know about this movie. I've never seen this film. Rachel Griffiths and Emily Watson are great actresses. Would be surprised if they really did deserve those Oscar nominations, but that's pretty much all I know about this particular film. I've never seen it before. I can't really say too much about it. So that is Hillary and Jackie. I don't even know much about this person, quite honestly. So these people, I should say. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next movie, and that is Nick Nolte in Affliction. We have James Coburn as a Boston University professor telling of the events that led to the disappearance of his brother, played by Nick Nolte. The police officer who investigates is deeply troubled, and the murder case drains his mental acuity to a point to a total mental collapse. And this is directed by Paul Schrader, who did American Gigolo and Cat People, and would later do the other Exorcist prequel, Dominion, and then before that he did Autofocus. Another one I haven't seen before. This is a film that Nick Nolte was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor. James Coburn won an Oscar for this for Best Supporting Actor. And, again, that's really all I know about this film. I've never seen it before. So not much more I can add to it. I mean, it's got a great cast. I mean, Sissy Spacek, Willem Dafoe also in here. Four very brilliant actors in this film. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this has actually turned out to be a pretty good movie. So I would think that this is a pretty good movie, but like I said, I haven't seen it, so I can't really say too much about it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next movie, one that I actually have seen. It is Playing by Heart. Because I know some of you out there have had that fan fiction that you wanted to see Jon Stewart and Scully from the X-Files get together. Well, here's the movie that it actually happens in. So basically, you have a plot here where you follow. It's kind of like an anthology film where you're following several seemingly unconnected characters, and it's an ensemble work that explores the path of love in its characters' lives. And you see Gillian Anderson, Ellen Burstyn, Sean Connery, Anthony Edwards, Angelina Jolie, Jay Moore, Ryan Phillippe, Dennis Quaid, Jenna Rollins, Jon Stewart, Madeline Stowe, all in this movie. It's a very interesting film, but not a perfect film. I mean, I saw it mostly because I saw the different elements that I thought could actually be pretty interesting in here. Specifically seeing Sean Connery playing a role that's kind of outside of his normal characters that we usually see him as he's playing the love interest to Jenna Rollins' character. Was it Jenna Rollins or Ellen Burstyn? Now I can't remember. Yeah, it was Jenna Rollins. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, so that's why I'm kind of a little mixed up on what happens actually in the film. But like I said, it seems like something that looks like something out of his normal thing that we're used to seeing him as, and he actually is pretty good in the film. In fact, everybody in the movie in here is not bad. Everybody in here plays their roles very well. It's a pretty generic romantic comedy, pretty much. I mean, there are some other characters in here. Kelly Waymeyer, Patricia Clarkson, Michael Emerson, Amanda Peet, Hilary Duff is an extra in this, as an uncredited extra, one of her early film roles. But it's a film that honestly just kind of, it's there, but it doesn't really do anything that makes me want to see it again. Um, the only other reason I would probably say check this movie out is to see a young Angelina Jolie in one of her early film roles. Um, Other than that, though, there's not really a whole lot more I can really recommend about the film, honestly. I mean, for a one-time watch, it's good enough, but honestly, I think a lot of people would be expecting more with the people that they have involved here. But at least to the film's credit, it's a lot better than some of these other ensemble romantic comedies we've gotten in the last year since then. And this is still better than something like Town and Country or New Year's Eve or those terrible Gary Marshall ensemble romantic comedies that came after He's Just Not That Into You. But I don't know. I thought it was alright, but it's been a while since I've seen it, though. That's Playing by Heart. So on to the next movie, The High-Low Country. This is a story about the enduring bond of friendship between two hard-living men set against a sweeping background, the American West, post-World War II in its twilight. You have Pete and Big Boy as the masters of the prairie, but ultimately face trickier terrain than the human heart. This is a film that Sam Peckinpah was trying to get made for a number of years, but unfortunately he passed away before he ever got the chance to really do it. You have Woody Harrelson and Billy Crudup, along with Patricia Arquette. Cole Hauser's also in here, Penelope Cruz, Sam Elliott. Some notable names in here overall. But this is Stephen Frears that directed this film, who also did The Grifters and Mary Riley, Hero, High Fidelity would come after this. Again, that's really all I know about this one because I haven't seen the film, unfortunately, so I can't really say if it's any good or not. But I mean, it's got the talent there to maybe make it worth a watch at some point. But that's pretty much all I know about it, so I can't really say if it's any good or not. So that's The High-Low Country. So on to the next movie, and that is Another Day in Paradise. Taking place in the 1970s, this is a plot that follows a teenage drug addict played by Vincent Kartheiser in another role pre-Mad Men, along with his girlfriend, Natasha Gregson Warner, who are taken in by a middle-aged couple played by James Woods and Melanie Griffith. The pair persuades the teenagers to help them commit a series of increasingly complicated and dangerous drug robberies. It's based off of a novel by Eddie Little, and is actually the second film from this director, Larry Clark, the first film being Kids, which was the much more controversial and probably more successful of the two films here. But, I wouldn't know because this is another one that I have not seen before. And got a good cast overall here, but I did not hear a lot of good things about this movie. So this is probably one that, maybe it's probably good I haven't seen this particular film. But I don't know. Maybe it could be worth something in the end. But I don't know for certain because I haven't seen it. So that's Another Day in Paradise. So on to the last movie we have here, Port de Gima. So the story is that because this guy wanted to make a promise to his friend, this physicist named the physicist Antoine Barassi, murdered in Port de Gima, a former territory of the French Empire in East Africa. This guy, Pierre Feldman, a surgeon, shares in the footsteps of the disappeared. Antoine has chosen the camp of rebellion, supports Assad and Ahmad's fighting against the powers in place. Despite the warnings, Peter goes to Antoine's dispensary, and he discovers a bruised and violent Africa, and essentially the reverse of a humanitarian commitment. This is a film that came out. This is a French film. Really do not know too much about this one. That was only a little clip that I could show you there. Yeah, it's another one I really don't know too much about because I have not seen the film. So, came out this weekend in the U.S., so might as well conclude in here. That's Port de Gima. So that's going to wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. We'll have our 1998 leftovers episodes, I should say, on the next episode, which will actually be our 500th episode, with 500 weeks of this. So, most of the stuff I can find here are mostly just animated direct-to-video movies, but ones of notoriety. So, might as well bring them up. We'll talk about The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, The Brave Little Toaster to the Rescue, Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, Pocahontas 2, Journey to a New World, An Old Dog Christmas Carol, The Secret of Nim 2, Timmy to the Rescue, Ferngully 2, The Magical Rescue, and the one non-animated film on here, the Christopher Reeve remake of Rear Window, which actually came out the same weekend as the Psycho remake, and needless to say, that one is all. I can already tell you right now, the Rear Window remake is way better than the Psycho remake. So we'll talk more into that on the next episode. But until then. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the playlist on the next page, check out the previous episode. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this on this channel. Now, do not go too far away, because coming up in just a little bit after this video gets posted, I'll have a new Time About the Movies flashback, looking back on the weekend of November 11th, 1988. We've got films like Child's Play. We'll also take a look at Ernest Saves Christmas, Iron Eagle 2, A Cry in the Dark, Split Decisions with Gene Hackman, John Lithgow and Ralph Macchio in Distant Thunder, and Ghost Town. So we'll look at 7 movies from 1988 next up on Time About the Movies Flashback, which, like I said, will be posted immediately after this one. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit.